Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill. You guessed it, I'm back at you again with another video. Everybody smash that like button, share button, and subscribe button. And let's get into it, y'all. All right? They say God won't bless no mess, but he will if you take the time to go back and clean it up. Let's talk about it. All right? A lot of people say the old famous cliche, God won't bless no mess. What that means is when you want to manifest or you want to receive a blessing, you got to be put in the right position to receive it. You have to be in the right state of mind, the right place in life to have God bless you. All right? God won't bless no mess, but he will if you go back and clean it up. This could be anything. This could be a messy life. All right, some people got a messy life. This could be a messy mind. All right, some people got a messy mind. It could be something that you're working on, a project, an endeavor, a business. Business could be a little bit messy right now. But if you go back, straighten some things up, clean some things up, you'll be able to prosper. God will bless you because the mess will be cleaned up. All right? So, say if your life is messy, say there's some things in your life that you need to change. Say there's some things in your life that you want to work on about yourself. If your mind is messy, I guarantee you, your life will be messy as well. So if your mind is messy, you can't expect to not have some mess or some stress within your life because you can't do your best. What you have to do is you have to do your best. All right? If you don't want to have a mess and you want to be blessed by God, you've got to do your best. And when you do your best, things have to be done right. Things have to be done right. You can't do something, have it not done right, and expect the type of result that you're looking for. So what you have to do, if your mind is messy, your life will be messy too. So one thing you're going to have to do to clean up that mind and clean up that life is you're going to have to change what you are thinking and what you're speaking. A lot of the things that people go through in life, a lot of messes, a lot of stresses, all right, the reason why people miss out on a lot of blessings is because of what they're speaking, what they're thinking. When you think that God only blesses certain people, you're cutting yourself off. You have to realize that no thing, no blessing, no good is too good for you. So once you start to clean up your mind and you start to change the way you think about God and receiving and blessings, your mind won't be a mess anymore. If you think that you only are worth that job, if you only think that you deserve that job, if you think you're stuck at that job, your mind's a mess. You think you can't have what you want in life, your mind is a mess. You think you can't be what you want to be in life, your mind is a mess. If you don't believe you can overcome any stronghold, any situation, any circumstance, your mind is a mess. When you don't believe in yourself and you don't think the right thoughts about who you are and you have low self-esteem, you don't have any courage, you're afraid, you have a whole bunch of fear, anxiety, you're worrying all the time. Nothing good is coming to you, and nothing good will come to you until you clean up all that bad thinking, stinking thinking, as people say. So you have to clean up your mind, because if you have stinking thinking, that means your mind is the thoughts are stinking. Yo, the devil keeps shutting off my music, and I think somebody hacked. I think somebody here has hacked my phone because I'm using the Wi-Fi right now to because I'm saving my internet for when I go out in the world like a smart person. So I think they're shutting off my music through my phone. Like I think they have access here through my phone, but all I do is just keep turning it back on. So it's neither here nor there. I just keep turning it back on. But as you can see, the music's back, and so are we. So back to what we were discussing, they say that God won't bless a mess. But if you clean up the way you think, if you change your mind on your life and you look at things differently, things have to change. It's the law of attraction. It's the law of vibration. What the vibration that you send out is the same vibration that you're going to get back. All right. So what you're thinking and speaking are going to dictate whether your life is a mess or not. Sometimes you got the wrong idea because you think stuff is just too difficult, and that's stinking thinking as well. That's an easy fix as well. If you're thinking it goes like, I'm not going to try that because that seems too hard, or if your mind if your mind makes you procrastinate because it makes you see things as difficult, you have to make your mind see that as something that's not that difficult and not that easy. And it's all about reprogramming your mind. All you have to do is reprogram your mind. And when you reprogram your mind, then you're getting all that mess out of your life. Because something that may have been too hard for you to where you thought you couldn't do it, you didn't see yourself being able to do it. All right. If you thought that was too hard for you, you created that and made that real. If you thought that you couldn't do that and that's all you kept thinking, that thought grew and that's what you focused on, and that thought reigned predominant in your mind. That's the thought that got the most energy. So whatever thoughts you give the most energy in your mind, that's what's going to win. So when it comes to cleaning up your mind and cleaning up your life, so your life won't be a mess, so that way God will be able to bless your thoughts. He'll be able to bless your mind. He'll be able to bless your life. All right. You got to clean it up. Clean up the way you think. All right. You have to turn your mind around so that way you could turn your life around. When you turn your thinking around, you'll turn the way you live around. So if you want to do better, start thinking better. Start seeing yourself being able to do what you think you can't do. Start seeing yourself being able to do what might be too difficult. Stop telling yourself that things are too difficult. Along the lines of people will tell you to not try, and they'll try to discourage you from trying. Oh, that's too hard. You can't do that. That's too difficult. You can't do that. If you're thinking like that, then you're going to have to clean that up. Okay? Because God won't bless no mess. Your life's a mess. God won't bless it. Because the way you're thinking is going to be a mess, and those thoughts are going to block that blessing from entering your life. If you have a business, or if you have something that you're doing that's a mess, that's not working, say you're putting out projects, you're not getting the response you want, you're putting out projects, you're not getting you're not getting called back, nobody's commenting on your stuff, nobody's checking out your stuff, nobody's hitting you back saying, hey, I like this. All right, say your project's not that good, say you're doing something wrong, you may just not have known. If what you're doing is wrong and you're not putting out good work, quality work, or a right project, if you're not putting out something that is usable, then it's not going to be able to be blessed because it's a mess. So God won't bless no mess when you're working on something and you're creating something and you're putting it out and it's not right. When you want to do something and you want a result, what you're doing has to be done right. In order for you to be successful, there's a formula you have to follow. You have to learn what you need to do so that way you can do it right. And that way, once you learn what you need to do, you do it, you apply what you learned to what you're doing, so that way you can do it right and correct. So that way when people go to entertain your business, or go to entertain your project, or go to see about your services, what you provide won't be a mess. It won't be messy. It won't be dirty. It won't need a touch up. It won't need to be fixed. They won't have to make any improvements on it. All the improvements on it will already be made because you've cleaned it up. So God won't bless no mess. But if you go back and you clean it up, you make some improvements, you fix some things, God will be able to bless you because you've done it right. And when things are done right, that opens doors. When things are done right, you're doing something yourself. And in order for God to help you, you have to do something yourself. It's good to believe. It's good to have faith. God will help us, but God helps us through us and what we do. When we open a door for us, when we make a way for ourselves, God blesses that. And that's where the blessing comes from, us doing something for ourselves, God carrying us through with the rest of the way. All right, whether we got the idea, the thought, the vision, God will help us any way that he can, as long as he sees us putting it into action. As long as he sees us actually doing it right and correct, doing enough studying, doing enough research, not bullshitting, not playing around, not wasting people's time, not wasting our own time. That's the only way that God's going to bless you. And that's the only way that you won't mess you up. All right. You won't mess yourself up. So that way God could bless yourself up. All right. Everybody wants to be blessed, but not everybody wants to make changes. Not everybody wants to fix things. Not everybody wants to realize that something is wrong. Some people just want to be blessed for what they can do. I did this because I did it. It's good enough. That's ego. A lot of people are operating off that ego. Sometimes you gotta get down off that high horse and realize that yes, you're good, you got skills, you may be able to make something that sounds nice or that looks good or appealing, but it still has to be professionally done, or nobody's going to want to deal with it. Nobody's going to want to do business with you. Nobody's going to want to buy your product. Nobody's going to want you to nobody's going to want to pay for your services. They're gonna want to go to the person that's project is done right. Why you think why you think other people are getting blessed and things are working out for them? Because they figured it out. They have a system. They figured it out. They dug their well. They dug their well, and their well was dug right accordingly to God, how God wanted it to be for him to fill it with water. So they dug their well. That was creating their business, working on their project, working on themselves, changing their mind, making some changes to their life. They dug their well. When you dig your well and you dig it according to how it's supposed to be done, everything's done right. Everything's done in order, in a way for you to become successful off of it. Your business is put in a way for you to be able to have customers. God's going to bless you. Imagine opening up a restaurant that's dirty inside and the food doesn't taste good. And you got stale this and stale that and stuff doesn't work and stuff is broken. Look like somebody threw a rock through the glass. All the chairs are look like they're dry rotted. All right. And you trying to start a business and you standing outside looking clean, dressed nice, haircut, got your little Benz out front, and you got a now open sign. And you're wondering why you look clean, everything looks good, but nobody wants to come in and purchase food at your establishment. That's the same thing with some of y'all's lives. It's the same thing with some of y'all's dreams. It's the same thing with some of your businesses, some of your ideas. All right, you got a few things put in place, but you need to have more things put in place so God can fully bless you and fully take care of you like how he wants to. Because believe it or not, God wants to bless you. All right. God doesn't want you to have your life messed up. God didn't put you here to have a messed up life. God didn't put you here to have a bad, terrible life. God didn't put you here to fail. God put you here to win. He put you here to be successful. He put you here to make your plan work. He put you here to make your ideas work and make money for you. God put you here for your money to be making money for you. But in order for your ideas to make money for you, in order for money to make money for you, in order for you to make money for you, in order for God to be able to bless you how you want to be blessed, you're going to have to clean that mess. You got to clean up. All right, clean up. Everybody do your share. If you want your share, you got to do your share. All right, clean up. Everybody do your share. You want to clean up, you got to do your share. You got to do your part. Okay? You got to clean up. You got to do your part. God's sitting here waiting. All right? He got the blessing for you and everything. He's just sitting here waiting for you to put in some action, waiting for you to believe in yourself, waiting for you to go back and fix just a few things. All right? You damn near got everything that you need. All you got to do is be patient and go back and fine tune some things. Go back and fix some things. Go back and change some things. Make some things different. So that way it could be better. All right. God doesn't want to give you a little blessing. He wants to give you a whole blessing. He don't want to give you half a blessing. He want to give you a full blessing. So in order to bless you fully, you have to do something fully 100% correctly right as much as you can. It may be 97, maybe 95, even 75%. But you got to do, even if it's 67%, even if you got 50, even 45%, If you're doing the best you can, and you're allowing yourself to grow, and you're doing research, and whatever's wrong, you're learning it and figuring things out so you can be at 100% or your best, the what you need to know, infinite intelligence will send it to you. God will send it to you from a download, from a universal download. Somebody randomly walking down the street will be talking about it. You'll be like, hey, I do that. Oh, this is what you'll be able to have a random conversation, get the answer, ask a question, get your answer, and then now you know what you didn't know. Now you know. God will always bless you when he sees you cleaning things up, when he sees you putting in the best effort that you possibly can. God will step in, God will make a way, God will provide for you, especially when he sees you doing things too. He'll make a way, and he will cause people to be drawn to you to help you with what you need to know. Once he sees you putting your best foot forward, once he sees you not giving up, no matter what you don't know. You know what? I'm gonna take this mess. I'm gonna take what I got. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna clean it up, shine it up, sparkle it up. A lot of you guys' dreams are like an old sports car, sitting there just rusting. Even though you may be working on it, it's not fully done yet. God wants you to make it fully done. God wants you to work on that dream car so you can ride around and have it shine. And then once you get it going, God is going to help you propel it and keep it running. God just wants you to get it going. God just wants you to get things going so he can help you keep things running. Once you get it going, he'll help you keep it running. You take an inch for you, take an inch for your dream, you'd be surprised how far God will go. He might even take a mile for you. All right, God works in mysterious ways, and there's nothing that God can't do. There's nothing that God won't do. Don't what they say, don't tell me what God won't do. All right, because God will do it for you. And you know he will. Don't let the devil talk into your ear. Don't let the devil get in your ear and make you think of fear, make you think he won't, make you think of negativity, make you think that you're not going to get anywhere. A lot of people end up getting caught in the I'm never going to make it. I'm not going to get anywhere. I can't have it. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen for me. And they're expecting their dream to happen, but it's not happening because they're messy. And God's not going to bless a mess. You have to do things correctly and do things right to get a result. When you don't do things right, when you don't do things correct, you don't get the result that you want or any result at all. So the one thing that you must do is make sure that you're doing something that can provide a result. You have to provide something that provides a result. You want a result, you got to put in work, put something out that's going to get results. Because otherwise, say you put out some music and it doesn't sound good. If people don't like it, you got to go back, clean it up, make it better. Say it's the hottest song ever, but it's not mixed right. Think something isn't placed right. Something's off with the beat, or your vocals are off, or you're off beat, or you didn't sing it right. They didn't like the way you flow it. The song may be good. It may be a #1 hit. The beat may be hard. It may knock. Everybody may do their little jig to it, little dance to it, but when they play it over the car, it may not sound good. A lot of people listen to music in cars. You may have success in person, but when people hear it on the internet over their speaker or whatever, they don't like it because they can't hear it. It don't sound good. So how even though it's hot, even though it's the hottest thing people done heard in your area, in your school, in your hood, in your neighborhood, at the party, on wherever, but it's not doing anything for you professionally. It's not doing anything for you in the grand scheme of things. All right, it's not giving you the type of result you thought you would get. You're not getting from this idea what you knew you could. You got to fix it. You got to change it. You can't just put out the music even though it sounds trash, even though it's the hottest stuff people ever heard. People want to hear crisp, clean, professional music that they can understand and know what they're listening to, even if it is mumble rap. Some of that mumble rap got the cleanest mixing and mastering on it that you've heard. All right, may not be able to understand it, but you hear it loud and clear, down to the now. You hear all that. Okay, may not understand it, but you hear it clear. So one thing you got to do is you got to fix things, make things good, make things right, so that way God will be able to bless you. If you don't do it right, say you build a house and you don't build the house right and the house fall apart. You don't blame God. Man, God, I asked you to help me build this house. Well, I mean, he got you all the materials. He got you everything you need. He can't physically help you build it. He can build it through you, as you. but you're gonna have to make sure that it's done right yourself. As far as that, you can pray and be like, yo, God, help me that I build this house, make it done right. If you do something wrong, all he can do is make you aware and make you notice that you got to fix it. If you don't fix it and the house fall apart, don't go trying to blame God, because that was your mess and you have to clean that up. But God will most definitely bless you when you correct you. Okay, when you correct you, God will bless you. All right. You can't expect God to just do what you're supposed to do. God wants to help you, but he can't do the part that you're supposed to do. So when you put things out, when people create things, it's like today, because of social media, people create things, and unfortunately they'll be unaware of the method behind it. And a lot of people, they think social media is create, upload, put something out, that's it. I thought that at one point too. But what you have to do is, there's a right way and a wrong way to publish your content. There's a right way to put your content out to where people will see it. There's a way to put your content out where people won't see it. If a lot of people are trying to be creators today, and content creators, music artists, a lot of people are trying to be things because people see how much value other people put into you when you put a lot of value into yourself. But because of social media and because of Instagram and Facebook and the way things, you can see things fast, people got large sums of money just on deck. Everything people need, people are showing it in the video. I got everything a person could want. Look at me. I have that. That's making people rush. All right. I made a video the other day. You might not be garbage. You may just have to take your time. All right. A lot of people want to rush, and then they end up with a mess because they rushed. And if you rush through your creative process, it's going to be a mess. If you rush through the steps that you're supposed to take to become successful, it's going to be a mess. You can't rush your success. You shouldn't want to rush your success. But because we live in the era of microwave success, where people can become successful really fast, you don't know where this person came from. You don't know how long they've been doing their thing. You don't know how they came across becoming discovered, anything. All right, they could have did something immoral, God forbid. They could have been working on uploading videos, and they could have been creating content and making music since YouTube started, since 2005, 2006. All right, 2001, 2003, when people were like, "Shh, don't tell anybody about this. It's YouTube. You could use it and find cool stuff. Don't tell anyone." All right, back when people were weird, but hasn't changed much. But yeah, so like people could have been working on whatever they've been working on forever. Just because you see somebody successful doesn't mean they became successful overnight. A lot of people, because of social media, they think they have the ability to become successful overnight. And some people, they're blessed to do that. Some people, they some people, they got a positive message and everything. They go on there, upload their positive message, 1,000,000 hits. Some people, they got a positive message, upload maybe 5 hits. Maybe they got to upload 1,000,000 times to get 1,000,000 hits, but they'll still get to their result. Maybe God just wanted to test this person a little bit more than this person. And I always study the people who have success instantly. A lot of times, I'm not saying all times, but a lot of the times, it was something that needed to happen in their life. Like they were either going to die, or something was going to bad was happening to them, or a situation was so dire, and God used that to help them, to get them out of their situation. All right. And God will bless. There are a lot of people. God has different blessings for different people. Not to say you can't be as blessed as the next person, but God blesses people differently. You don't know what that person was going through. You don't know what that person needed. You don't know what their life required. You don't know what God had in store for them. You don't know what God has in store for you. Just because other people are successful and they have it all, looks like they got everything, doesn't mean they're happy. Doesn't mean they're blessed. They may have got all that, and you think they living their best life, and they're tormented. They're not blessed. They did something that they can never forget to get that. So take your time. There's no rush. You don't know why other people are successful. You don't know how they became successful. You don't know their story. You don't know these people. Trust God. And trust in your ability to clean up that mess. Trust in your ability that if you put the amount of time in that's necessary for you to become successful, you can. All right. A lot of times you don't know how to do something when you're just starting out. Once you put enough time in and you figure out how to do it, go back and fix some things. Once you do something and you learn how to do it, go back and fix some things. You'll get a different result. You'll be happier with yourself. A lot of people put things out and they think it's trash. They think they should just throw it away. They think there's nothing they could get from it. When people junk cars, do they just smush the whole car up and just say forget all the parts, forget the engine, forget the scrap metal, forget whatever we could salvage? No. Treat your bad ideas, treat your unsuccessful ideas, treat your unsuccessful plans, goals, treat it like a junk car. It may need to go in the garbage. It may be trash. It may need to be thrown away. But I bet you there's some pieces of it that can be salvaged. And some pieces that can be used. So, or it could be fixed up. You could take it from looking garbage to looking great. It's all about your mind, your perception, your perspective, how you perceive things. If you perceive life to be, well, this doesn't look good, but I could make it what I want. Or if you perceive, man, this doesn't look good, it sucks, let me stop because it's not doing what I thought it was going to do right now. You know how many people stop because the first time they did something, it didn't work? How foolish were they? How foolish were they? All right. God says he won't bless no mess. God's not going to bless no mess. You don't put in the proper amount of time to learn what you need to do, you can't be blessed because what you're doing is not going to be done right. What you're doing, you want to do it right. You want to do it correct. And if it's not, you're not going to get the result that you want. People aren't going to be looking at what you're producing like they're looking at the person down the street. So yeah, don't allow yourself to be stopped because you're not where you feel your success level should be at. Everybody's success level is reachable, but it's going to be different. The amount of time you put into what you're doing, trust me, you will get that back. But it's a process. All right. Things happen when they happen. They don't happen when you want them to. If things happen when people wanted them to, everybody would have things immediately when they want. If people wanted to be successful now, they'd be successful right now. But the way God has it is things take time. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes it takes a fast amount of time, but it's still going to take some time. So it's still possible for you to become successful, but what you're doing, you have to understand the process of what you're doing. Things have processes, and that's the underlying message in this video. If you want to do something right, you have to follow the process. A lot of people will want to color outside the lines, but what they're trying to do is requiring you to color inside the lines. Just keeping it basic. You might want freedom of expression, but in order for you to prosper, it has to be done a certain way. In order for you to prosper, in order for God to bless you, it has to be done a certain way. Things have to be done correct. When people are putting an elevator together, they can't put an elevator together not right and expect to get paid correctly, because if people put the elevator together not correctly and then it falls, somebody gets hurt, they get sued, that business gets sued, then that business is at fault because of that company. Everything's already signed off on, the business already signed off on it, already done paid the company, all little waivers and legal signatures, everything's done. Who's at fault? The person now that has to take care of the elevator. They should have done everything they needed, should have tested it out, should have found out if it worked or if it didn't work. And this is how you have to be with your goals. Test things out. If it doesn't work, go back to the drawing board and fix it and make it so it does work. Fix things and make things so they work. Don't just throw the whole thing away. Like I said, there's some things that I'm pretty sure are salvageable, that all they need to be done is just have a change done to it. Some things that you have are good. Some things that you have are going to work. Some things that you have are already successful. You just have to fix a few things to make it stand out more. to make it so people will see it. Because like I said, social media, people want to put things out, people want to be creative, but your creation might be one of the greatest creations out there. It might be better than some of the people with all the attention or all the views or all the likes. But the thing is, if what you're putting out, if it's not put out right, then no one's going to see it. What creators don't understand is that there's a method to people's madness. Creators love to create. We get involved in the creative part and we think that's it. I've created such a wonderful masterpiece. I've created such a wonderful project. Look at me. Everybody bask in my greatness. Great, great, great. Look how wonderful my thing is. All right. Everybody feels like that about what they do. It's not one person on the earth that doesn't make something that doesn't feel confident. Even if they don't feel confident, before other people see it, they got some type of level of confidence, even if they're shy about it. So with that being said, everybody's like, oh wow, look at me, I'm great, this, that, and the other. But if it's not formatted correctly, nobody's going to be able to obtain that greatness. Nobody's going to be able to see how great you are. Nobody's going to be able to appreciate your creativity. And that's what creators love. They love having other people appreciate their creativity. They love feeling valued. They love being able to put something out, have it being appreciated by other people. Wow, that's dope. That's cool. I like that. Keep up the great work. Everybody wants that. It's not one person on this earth. Okay, that's not validation. That's just interaction. That's just being alive. That's just wanting to feel valued. All right, validation and feeling valued are two different things. Validation is, hey, I look good, right? Hey, I look good, right? Yo, tell me I look good. I know I look good, but I need you to tell me that I look good so I can feel good about myself. That's validation. All right, value, that's something else. Everybody has a desire to be valued. You could validate yourself. You could tell yourself that you feel good. You could also value yourself, but you may not get as successful valuing yourself as having other people value your product. You could make something, like I said, you could make something that'd be great, it'd be wonderful, and you value it. But if other people don't see the value in it, you paying for it, you buying it, you supporting you is not gonna do what you would like to do. You want to be supported on a mass scale. You want to be supported on a grand scale. All right? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful. You want to be successful. You want to be known for what you do. All right? You want to be appreciated for what you do. And you want to be known for being great at what you do. If not one of the best people to do it. And a lot of people would like to achieve that goal. Everybody would like to achieve that goal. Not everybody's going to, because not everybody wants to put in the work. Some people will, like I said, take a few tries. It doesn't work. They say, forget it. Forget it. I done tried. Not everybody can crack the code to success. All right. Success will break you down. Success will make your head hurt. Success will make you cry. Success will make you want to die. Success could possibly make you depressed. Success could possibly make you hate yourself and hate your life, because people are too busy comparing themselves to others. Don't compare your success to other people. That's why I've been saying that this whole video. You want to save your mind. You want to save your energy by being grateful and practicing gratitude. All right. Be grateful that you have something to clean up. Some people, they don't have any gifts. Some people, they can't even go make a mistake at being great if they wanted to, because they don't even know where to start. They don't even know where to start. So if you have something and it's not doing well, it's not going well, rejoice. Rejoice. When you try something and it doesn't work, rejoice. Praise God. Hallelujah. Because one, you tried something. Two, you believed in yourself. And three, now the most important, you've learned how not to do it. If you didn't learn anything, not being successful, not achieving your goal, you learned another way how not to do it. If only you learn ways to not be successful, that's good enough. Because sooner or later, you'll compile so many ways of not doing it, you'll know everything to do to not become successful. Okay, I tried all these things, they didn't work. I know what doesn't work. A lot of people, they don't know what doesn't work. Imagine somebody still trying, not knowing what doesn't work. As long as you know what doesn't work, you can pretty much kind of pay attention and see and look at what people are doing and find out what does work. You just have to figure out what doesn't work first. That's the genius of not giving up. That's the genius of cleaning up your mess. That's the genius of God won't bless no mess. There's some genius in that. There's genius in God won't bless no mess. If you got a mess that God won't bless, rejoice. God, thank you for allowing me to be able to make a mistake. God, thank you for allowing me to be able to mess up. Some people, they don't have no skills. Some people, they don't have no creative abilities. Some people, they haven't messed up anything because they're not going to be successful or great at anything. I'd rather do something wrong until I get it right than not do anything at all. So if you're doing something that's worth doing it, it's worth doing it wrong until you get it right. Shout out to Les Brown. All right, I got a lot of my positive quotes from Les Brown, the Godfather. Okay, shout out to the Godfather, Les Brown. If something is worth doing right, it's worth doing wrong until you get it right. So if you haven't completed the process, if you haven't achieved your goal, there's a process, there's a format, there's a method to the madness. All you have to do is ask God to make you aware of that method. All you have to do is ask infinite intelligence to show you the way. Infinite intelligence, I don't know how to do this. Show me how to do this. All right. This is why I keep referencing infinite intelligence. You call it God, you call it infinite intelligence, you call it universal mind power. When you connect your mind to the universe, to God, to infinite intelligence, everybody's mind is connected to one source. All right, that's why you'll have people say, we are one. They got that song by Frankie Beverly and Maze, We Are One. Okay, this is why people say we are one. Everybody is connected to one source. Everybody's mind is connected to one mind, the mind of the universe, God's mind. There are so many ideas. There's so many plans. There's so many thoughts moving around in the universe that you just have unlimited access to if you will open up your mind and accept it. I had to find this out. I read it in a book. All right. I had to find this out. And what it told me was this, that everybody's mind is connected to one source. And that one source, the universal mind, you can get answers from that. The answer to your problem is there. And it will get the answer from somebody else's mind because all the minds are connected. All right. It's just like the internet. It's like the universal mind will go into somebody's phone, get a text message, take it back to the headquarters, the universal mind, and then text it to you. That's basically what it's doing when you contact infinite intelligence for thoughts, infinite intelligence for ideas. Infinite intelligence will go out, find the idea, bring it back to itself, and then from itself, send it back to you because you're connected to it. And since everybody's all connected, infinite intelligence can get that idea from a Jay-Z, from a Pharrell, from a Kanye, from a Beyonce, from a what's his name, Jeff Bezos, from a whoever those fancy Elon Musk. I was about to say, I know it's a couple of more of them. You have access to those ideas. All right, Mozart, Warren Buffett, Albert Einstein, George Washington Carver, Dr. Charles Druuill. Okay, you have access. Alexander Graham Bell. You got access to these people, to those thoughts. All right, that mind, that Nikola Tesla. You could be the next Nikola Tesla if you want. All you got to do is tap into that energy. All right, the universal mind has energies that you could tap into to get what you want. It's just a infinite source of energy, abundance, information, health, wealth, success, prosperity, joy. It's a whole plethora of things, and it's just waiting there, ready for you to access it. Are you going to access it, or are you going to stay stuck in the dark? You're going to stay stuck in the dark ages, or are you going to access infinite intelligence? That's why they got all these phones and stuff out now and all this technology, because they're trying to block you from accessing and using your mind. AI is making people stupid. People are making videos now after a few months of using AI. I knew it wasn't as developed or advanced. I knew people weren't going to be as successful with it. It may help you make a business. It may help you do this and do that, but there's no soul in that motherfucker. There ain't no soul in it. So what's going to happen is that since there's no soul in it, all right, there's no soul in AI, there's no soul in artificial intelligence, that is not going to be able to produce anything better than you. AI is not better than you. It can help you, but it ain't better than you. You're connected to God. We're supposed to be connecting to the God mind, to the universal mind, getting universal downloads. They want you to connect to some wires, some particles, some metal, some screen. They want you to connect to that instead of connected to the universal source. All right, it's a lot of answers to a lot of problems out there, and people wouldn't have no damn problems if they would connect to God, to that infinite mind, instead of worrying about connecting to their cell phone. They need to have people. You're supposed to be connecting to infinite intelligence, and then you're supposed to be taking your download, your positive messages, and sharing it with the world. That's what time it is. That's why we have phones. But they have people vibrating on a lower frequency, sharing low vibrational content instead of sharing higher vibrational things to spread awareness to certain truths, to wake people up, to let people know that you could have the life you want. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. It is now coming to a close. I'd like to thank you for hitting that like button, that share button, and that subscribe button. Share this video to somebody you know to help them grow. And I'd like to see each and every one of you amazing people in the next video. Shout out to the chosen vessels. I hope you all enjoyed this DruuTube special. We out.